33-year-old man is behind bars after burning and abusing his girlfriend's infant. On Sunday the 18th of February, the mother of an 8-month-old baby left her child in the care of her boyfriend James Clark at a Riverside, Florida home while she went to work. Investigators said that while her mother was at work, she got a call from James, who informed her that her child had accidentally burnt its hand by reaching into a cup of hot chocolate. Upon returning home, the mother noticed that the baby had suffered severe injuries and discovered bruises all over the baby's body. The mother immediately rushed the child to hospital. After being examined by medical personnel, it was established that the baby had endured various inflicted injuries. These included injuries to the ears from high-velocity force, broken blood vessels, a non-displaced parietal fracture, and a significant burn needing a skin graft. On Thursday the 22nd of February, James was arrested without incident and booked into the Hillsborough County Jail on multiple charges of aggravated abuse and neglect. Sheriff Chad Chronister said the magnitude of this case is indescribable, and the thought that someone would inflict such harm on a defenseless 8-month-old baby is sickening. We're disgusted by this man's actions, and we ensure he'll be accountable for his cruelty. We're committing to make sure that every child is secure and protected, he said. 28-year-old Karyn Parrish is accused of physically and mentally abusing her young daughter. At around 1 p.m. on Tuesday the 20th of February, authorities responded to a call requesting a welfare check at a residence located at the Preserve at Sable Park Apartments in Seffner, Florida. It's unclear who placed the initial 911 call requesting the welfare check. Upon arrival, deputies found a young girl under the age of 5 who showed signs of distress and was shaking and crying. Deputies observed that the child had a new haircut, and she also had a bruise on her cheek that was nearly 2 inches in size. When asked what caused the injury, the girl indicated that Karyn was responsible. "Maybe my mum. Maybe she was slapping me around. She doesn't remember," adding that her mother often tells her that she doesn't remember things. Karyn later admitted to detectives to slapping the child at least 3 times using the palm of her right hand. During a search of Karyn's cell phone, investigators uncovered disturbing videos which demonstrated Karyn's disregard for the child's physical and mental well-being. In one of the videos, Karyn directs the girl's older sibling to repeatedly strike the girl with a belt, laughing and saying, "Hit harder, hit hard baby, beat the crap out of the sly devil." Another video from the phone showed Karyn cutting the girl's hair and taunting her. She told the girl that they were going to be tortured for 8 hours, and if they died then so be it. It was not immediately clear how many children lived at Karyn's home, but authorities said the juveniles were removed and placed into the care of a relative. Karyn is charged with felony abuse and is held at the Falkenberg Road Jail on a $7,500 bond. If she posts bond, she's been ordered to have no contact with children. 44-year-old Laquandra Williams is behind bars after she fatally shot her 21-year-old son Jahaad Hughes. At 1:45 p.m. on Monday the 19th of February, authorities responded to the parking lot of Tussing Place apartment complex in the 2800 block of Drew Heights Place in Columbus, Ohio on reports of a shooting. When police arrived, they found Jahaad unresponsive on the ground with a gunshot wound. Laquandra approached the officers on scene and admitted to shooting her son. Medics transported Jahaad to a local hospital in a critical condition, where he died from his injuries. He was pronounced dead at 3:03 p.m. Police said the shooting is believed to have stemmed from a domestic dispute, and they immediately took Laquandra into custody. Investigators said that before the shooting, Laquandra attempted to stab her son with a knife inside their apartment, but witnesses intervened, and Jahaad managed to grab the knife from her. Laquandra then told her son, "I'm going to show you something," and then walked outside to a vehicle where she kept a gun. Witnesses locked Laquandra out, and Jahaad packed some of his personal belongings. As Jahaad was getting ready to leave and walked outside, Laquandra got out of a car and shot him at close range. Laquandra was booked into the Fairfield County Jail on charges of aggravated murder and felonious assault. She appeared in court on Wednesday the 21st of February, where a judge set a bond at $1 million. A 24-year-old man is accused of fatally stabbing an elderly woman and assaulting a teenage granddaughter. At 2:48 p.m. on Thursday the 22nd of February, authorities responded to a residence at 703 Bedford Road in Bel Air, Maryland on reports of an assault. When officers arrived, they found 73-year-old Mary Kathryn Bland unresponsive inside her home, near the front door with multiple stab wounds. They also located Mary's granddaughter, who had been assaulted and suffered non-life-threatening injuries. Both victims were transported to a hospital, where Mary was pronounced dead a short time later. In total, Mary suffered at least 25 stab wounds. Investigators identified Angelo Terrell Spencer as the primary suspect in the attack. Police said that Angelo was known to the family and was previously in a relationship with a teenage victim. Authorities said that witnesses saw Angelo exiting and walking away from the home. About an hour after the attack, officers located Angelo outside his Abington home and arrested him. Investigators said that Angelo originally went to the nearby Home Depot to purchase a glass cutter and a pocket knife. He used these tools to try to break into the back of Mary's house. Angelo then rang the front doorbell and spoke to Mary before pushing her and forcing his way inside the residence. Authorities said the stabbing came after an argument between Angelo and his ex-girlfriend. Mary tried to intervene and yelled, and was stabbed in the shoulder with a pocket knife as a result. Angelo claimed that he panicked and continued stabbing Mary. Angelo then assaulted his ex-girlfriend upstairs before leaving the house. Angelo confessed to grabbing the 17-year-old by her neck, but denied sexually assaulting her. Angelo is charged with first-degree murder, 2 counts of first-degree assault, and first-degree rape. He remains held at the Hartford County Detention Center with bond denied. A couple are behind bars and are accused of torturing their 3 adopted children for more than a decade. On Friday the 23rd of February 2024, 56-year-old Alan Jeffrey Jones and 57-year-old Kris Kathryn Jones were arraigned at the Wyoming District Court in Michigan on 3 counts of torture and 3 counts of child abuse. They are held in the Kent County Jail with bond denied. If Alan and Kris are convicted of the charges, they face life in prison. Alan and Kris Jones became legal adopted parents to the children in 2011. The torture and abuse began 2 years later. It happened at a residence at 5710 Hickory Ridge Drive Southwest in Wyoming, Michigan. A criminal investigation began with Child Protective Services, and Wyoming police learned of the allegations in 2023 after receiving several complaints of physical and mental abuse as well as maltreatment of children. Kris was not cooperative and did not allow Child Protective Services to speak with the children. Investigators said that the children were forced to sleep in a garage in all weather elements. Kris would remove the carpet from the garage steps, so the children had to sleep on the concrete. Shoes would be removed from the garage so the kids could not run away. When the children were fed, they were placed in a dog collar, forced to eat dog food with milk, and other times oatmeal with hot sauce. While at school, one of the children was seen eating food from the trash because she wasn't being fed at home. Kris demanded that the children be supervised while they bathed, and they needed permission to use the bathroom and had to ask for toilet paper. Kris and Alan are accused of pushing the children down the stairs and punching and choking them while holding them down. They also made the children run miles whenever they acted out as a form of punishment. A neighbor close to the Hickory Ridge home, who remains anonymous, said she saw the kids taking laps around the house frequently and thought it was strange. The investigation into the matter continues.